Okay. Make sure. Okay, this is my first time doing a session of this. If you're seeing this, then the recording and everything turned out alright. Let's see. Hold the options button to the center of the camera. But no one has gone before. Yeah. We only know all that. Now, this is supposed to have a non-VR mode now, so this is probably one of the more active games, probably because of that now. So I don't know much about this except it's supposed to simulate being on the bridge with missions and that. So, okay. Left hand, right hand. Stereo view. Systems, help, friends. Oh, that's pretty cool. Let's see. Voice command powered by IPM Watson. The voice command software currently only recognizes English language commands. If you choose to enable voice commands in the game, you can interact with your crew using I can't get to the thing to scroll it. Oh, there. Aha. Oh, shit. Oh. I don't know about voice commands. Okay, welcome to Bridge Crew. Please take a moment to familiarize with the controls. Be nice. Okay, Watson voice command functionality enabled. Game checkpoints to enable and configure. Quick match custom solo training. Well, of course, customized avatar. What we got here? So you can make some different things. Let's see. We can be human or Vulcan. Let's see what kind of heads we got. That's it. 2 heads and a... Was that a Vulcan with a mustache? Oh, humans get more, though. Couldn't be any more original with the... I don't know, they all look pretty bad. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Damn it. Go with it. Okay. So if Ouija in the area, well, might as well start with the training, so we understand what the hell is going on. I think you can use the move controls with this too. I'm using an actual controller though, so the interface in the VR looks pretty decent though. The loading screen's pretty lazy though.
Welcome to the Starfleet Training Simulator. Our system is currently configured to train command crew of Aegis-class starships. Here you may learn about the roles and responsibilities of each officer on the bridge, and how to operate all of the controls of their command stations. Feel free to experiment and get comfortable with the ship here in the simulator before moving on to the real thing.
Okay, so we can be a captain, helm, tactical engineer. I guess we'll do each one then.
You are in overall command of the crew. It is your responsibility to communicate with and to coordinate the actions of the other officers on the bridge. You'll receive important updates on mission status and also have direct control of the main view screen.
Okay, so objectives, hail.
The captain's objectives feed contains vital information about your ship's mission. Updates from support crew and Starfleet Command are reflected here, so that you will always know what your crew needs to accomplish. Open the objectives feed now.
So hail, status, objective. Local impulse, warp, view.
Some objectives also have more detailed information. Sometimes you, as captain, must choose between different ways to complete an objective and direct your crew accordingly. In all cases, your crew depends on you to keep them informed of their goals. Select the objective for more information. Sometimes you will receive additional information to help with your mission. Keep an eye out for your intel feed, located near your objective readout for tips and hints. As captain, you can answer a hail when messages from Starfleet or other ships are received. If the message is accompanied by video, it will be displayed on the main view screen. Answer the incoming hail now.
Aegis, this is Captain Uku of USS Huxley. Our system checks are complete, we're ready to go. We'll stand by and follow you out when you're ready.
At any time while on the bridge, you can use an external view to see what is going on outside and around the ship.
Oh.
As captain, you can access basic information about your ship's status. Open your status displays now. The status information available to you is helpful, but no substitute for the more detailed knowledge of your chief engineer.
Wonder how much more detailed it gets.
As captain, you have the same maps at your fingertips as your helm and tactical officers. You may use these to aid communication, to identify a target for tactical, or to specify a destination for helm. Targets and nearby destinations are selected from the local map, which shows objects of interest around you. Open the local map view. Now touch any object on the map to select it as your target. Some orders you give to the crew require you to first designate a target or destination, exactly as you just did. When playing alone or with AI members of the command crew, the captain gives orders to the AI officers. To give an order to a specific officer, look at them and use the orders system to select from the available commands. Remember, some commands will first require that you select a target or destination. Try ordering your chief engineer to prioritize power to engines. Some orders apply to the entire crew. To access these orders, look towards the central console in front of you. First, select the closest ship from your local map. Then try ordering the crew to investigate it.
See, that's tactical helm, so that's engineer. Power engines.
Acknowledged. Full power to engines.
Aye, Captain. Locking on target. Scanning target. I finished the scan.
Impulse engines allow the ship to rapidly traverse great distances within a star system. When playing with an AI crew, you will need to choose a destination and give the orders to prepare for and initiate impulse travel. First, choose a destination from your impulse map. You need to select a destination from the impulse map. Now give the order to prepare for impulse. Your chief engineer will give more power to the engines, and your helmsman will lay in a course and align the ship.
Aye, aye.
Tell the crew to engage impulse flight.
Plotting impulse course.
You'd think there'd be a lot more people walking around on the bridge. It's kind of barren, really.
Course laid in, Captain. Aye, aye, Captain.
The ship's warp drive can generate a warp field, distorting space around the Aegis and allowing you to travel to other star systems much faster than the speed of light. When playing with an AI crew, the captain chooses a destination and gives the orders to prepare for and initiate warp travel. Always bear in mind that charging the warp coils consumes most of the ship's power. The Aegis will not be able to maintain a full combat stance during these critical seconds. To go to warp, first choose a destination from your warp map. You need to select a destination from the warp map. Now give the order to prepare for warp. Your chief engineer will direct power to the warp coils, and your helmsman will lay in a course and align the ship to the correct heading.
Aye, aye.
Preparing for warp. Adjusting power.
Now tell your crew to engage the warp drive.
Aligning warp vector. On your mark,
Coils
Captain.
charged.
Aye.
Is there always blackout during that?
Captains have control of the main view screen. You may choose to display any of several different overlays on the view screen. With information about your ship's system status, try the different views and overlays available. The target and magnify views only work when you are targeting another ship or object. Magnify provides an up-close view of your selected target. Target view provides enhanced situational awareness, showing both your own ship and your target at once. Sometimes, as captain, you may wish to take temporary control over another command station. This allows you to perform any of the functions of that role, then return to the captain's chair when ready. You cannot, however, take control of a station currently being operated by another player. To take control of another station, look at any of your AI command crew and activate Orders mode. Now choose the Take Over option. You can return to the captain's chair at any time by tapping the Orders mode button again.
No course plotted. Plotting course.
Now aligned with impulse.
In emergency situations, you can sound a red alert to notify your ship's crew. If you are playing with an AI as tactical officer, she will interpret a red alert as a request to prepare for combat. Try activating red alert now.
Understood. Shields raised. Arming torpedoes.
But she seems awfully lax. Open the help overlay for additional information about your station. Yeah. That's it.
As helmsman, you are the ship's navigator, responsible for maneuvering the ship and navigating within and between star systems. Your crew depends on you to get the ship wherever needed, to avoid collisions with hazards in space, and to maneuver for tactical advantage in combat situations. Your local map can be used to mark ships and objects as waypoints, to check your proximity to hazards, and gauge when you are close to being detected by hostiles. Touch any target on the map to select it. Your basic maneuvering controls allow you to give the ship forward or reverse thrust, to steer the ship to port or starboard, and to move the ship up or down on its vertical axis. The amount of thrust you can give depends on the amount of power your chief engineer allocates to engines. The more power your engines have, the more responsive the ship will be. Maneuvering controls are only available when your local map view is active. The throttle controls your speed and also allows you to reverse or make a full stop. Your ship's impulse drive allows you to travel quickly between planets and other points of interest within a star system. To travel via impulse, you will first need to plot a course by choosing a destination on the impulse map. Once the course is plotted, you will then need to align your ship with the appropriate heading and engage the impulse drive. Be aware, the impulse drive cannot be engaged unless the chief engineer has allocated sufficient power. Select any point of interest in the star system to plot a course to that destination.
Plotting course.
Now return to the local view and steer the ship to line up with your plotted course. Grab and push your throttle to engage the impulse drive. The ship's computer will automatically follow the course you plotted. The ship's warp drive can distort space around the ship to propel it faster than light across the vast distances between star systems. The tremendous amount of energy needed for warp travel will require you to coordinate closely with the chief engineer. To travel by warp, it is your responsibility to plot a course by selecting a star system on your warp map. When the course is plotted, you will need to align the ship with the proper heading. Before you can enter warp, your chief engineer will have to prepare the ship and charge the warp coils. Select a star system to plot a course to it. Now return to the local view and steer the ship to line up with your plotted course.
Warp coils charged.
Engage. Yeah, apparently it always blacks out when it does that.
Warp coils charging.
Various systems of the ship affect how easily other vessels can detect the Aegis. The Aegis is designed to avoid detection at ranges where other Federation vessels would be easily visible to another ship's sensors. As helmsman, the more thrust you are using, the farther away the Aegis can be detected. On your local map, you'll see a ring that expands and contracts as the ship's signature increases or decreases. When other ships come within that ring, they will detect the Aegis.
Warp coil.
As the tactical officer, you are in charge of the ship's weapons, defenses, and scanners. In combat situations, you must coordinate with the rest of the bridge crew to protect the ship and deal with any threats to it. But you also have a crucial role in non-combat situations. It is the tactical officer's responsibility to scan nearby ships and other objects in the environment to reveal vital information about them. In order to scan anything or to fire on it, you must first target it. To select a target, simply select the appropriate icon on your map. Once you've selected a target, a display will show all currently known information about your selection. Target a nearby ship by tapping its icon on the map. You will often need to scan a target to learn more about it, or to locate people or objects of interest in another vessel. Some objects are scanned with a simple general scanning action. This happens automatically when the object is targeted. More complex objects, like other ships, can be scanned for specific properties, such as the locations of any weak points in a ship's system. When an object has many features to scan, scanning them all at once is much slower than scanning a single specific system. Scanning is required before it's possible to transport people or cargo off of another vessel, or before being able to target weak spots of an enemy's ship systems. Target a nearby ship by tapping its icon on the map. Here you can select what systems you want to scan. Scanning a single system will always be faster than scanning multiple at once. Also, the closer the ship is to the target, the faster you can scan. Scan the ship's engines now to reveal their status, and any weak points which would allow you to damage the engines directly. As tactical officer, you have control over raising and lowering the ship's shields. When raised, The shields will charge up to maximum strength over time. They are your best defense against damage to the ship. When shields are lowered or down to 0 strength, any damage to the ship may cause serious harm to onboard systems, or even loss of life to your crew. When shields are raised, the chief engineer can direct power to them to increase their effectiveness. Raise the shields now. There is a delay while power is channeled into the shield emitters before the shields come online. In a combat situation, remember that you need to raise shields before the enemy fires. Photon torpedoes are a devastating weapon. They can automatically track a moving target and deliver heavy damage on impact. However, before you can fire them, you must first give the order to arm them. Arm your torpedoes now. Each torpedo tube takes time to load. Your supply of torpedoes for any mission is limited, so use them wisely. Target the nearby ship and fire torpedoes at it. Phasers are a versatile energy weapon. They continually charge over time, and when fully charged, your phaser banks hold enough energy to fire multiple shots at your target. Phaser banks automatically track your target, but only if it is within the indicated firing arc and within the current range of your weapons. The effective range and damage of your phasers is controlled by the amount of energy the chief engineer allocates to them. Target the nearby ship and fire phasers at it. Phasers can be used to precisely target weak spots of another vessel. To use this ability, you must first scan the desired subsystem of a target, such as its weapons or engines. Once scanned, you must then select that system. As long as a scanned system is selected, phasers will auto-target that system's weak points. To hit a subsystem, the target's shields must be down or inactive. Second, your ship must be correctly facing the targeted point. If the target's shields are raised, or you are attacking from the wrong angle, firing in subsystem targeting mode will do minimal damage. When dealing with other ships, targeting individual systems is a good way to disable them or neutralize a threat without outright destroying the ship. This may sometimes be necessary to accomplish your mission objectives. Target the nearby ship and scan its weapons systems. Scan the ship's engines now to reveal their status and any weak points which would allow you to damage the engines directly. Now select the ship's weapon systems to lock on to their weak points. Your phasers are now in subsystem targeting mode. Fire them for a precision attack. Until the target's shields are down, you will not be able to hit the targeted system. Very good. You have damaged the targeted system. Various systems of the ship affect how easily other vessels can detect the Aegis. The Aegis is designed to avoid detection at ranges where other Federation vessels would be easily visible to another ship's sensors. As tactical officer, arming torpedoes, firing weapons, and activating shields will each make the ship detectable from greater distances. To reduce the ship's signature, disarm torpedoes and lower shields now. The Aegis's prototype remote intrusion system can be used to send encoded signals and disrupt critical systems of other ships. Before it can be used, the tactical officer must scan the target. Once a scanned target is selected, an intrusion into its control systems is attempted via an automated routine. If successful, you may then choose to attempt any of the available disruption routines to temporarily cripple a specific system. Activate the remote intrusion system. Target a nearby ship by tapping its icon on the map. Select a scan target. Choose a disruption routine to inject into the target systems. Very good. But once used, the remote intrusion system will be fully occupied and unable to disrupt another target or system for some time.
Massive damage, though.
Your ship is equipped with standard transporters for beaming objects or personnel aboard from other vessels or locations. Transporting first requires the tactical officer to scan the target vessel or location. If any mission-critical items or personnel to transport, the target will appear on the transporter interface. It will take time to acquire a lock-on before you can beam, and you must remain in range for the lock to succeed. The transporter cannot penetrate through your ship's own shields or those of another ship, so you must coordinate with tactical to make sure your shields are down when you need to transport. If you are attempting to beam something from a hostile vessel, your crew will first have to disable its shields. Activate the transporter interface. Target a nearby ship by tapping its icon on the map. Select the damaged ship from the list of targets. Lock on to the survivors aboard the ship to prepare for transport. To lock on, your ship must be in transport range and unshielded. The target's shield, if any, must also be down. You have transporter lock on the survivors. Give the order to energize. The survivors are now safely aboard the Aegis, but you can only transport 6 at a time. Anytime there are more than 6 targets to transport from a single vessel, you will need to perform multiple transport cycles.
Okay, then engineer.
As Chief Engineer, you support all other members of the bridge crew by keeping the Aegis operating in top condition. You monitor vital status information about the ship's systems, allocate power needed for maneuvering and combat, and manage the ship's power grid to compensate for damage or boost its capabilities. You also manage the ship's repair teams and keep an eye on how visible the Aegis is to other ships in the area. Your system's display gives vital information about the status of the ship's various systems at all times. When your ship is suffering from negative effects, this panel provides information about the source and severity of the effect. As Chief Engineer, you have more detail about your ship's status than any other member of the crew. Activate your system's How you allocate power determines how effective each of those systems is. As situations change, you'll need to communicate with the rest of the crew to keep them supplied with power and to anticipate when to make critical adjustments. One of your most essential responsibilities as Chief Engineer is to distribute available power between each of the ship's major systems. Try giving maximum power to engines now. Now try giving maximum power to shields. You will have to reduce power to other systems first. Before the ship can travel between star systems, you must make the ship ready and charge its warp coils. This draws a tremendous amount of power, and you will be unable to make any further changes to power allocation or routing while prepping for warp. Begin preparing for warp now. Charge the warp coils. The helmsman will have a limited time to engage the warp drive, or the coils will automatically discharge to prevent damage to the ship.
Warp coils charged.
When the ship sustains damage, it's up to you to deploy repair crews and get critical systems back in working order. You have a limited number of crews available. You may send multiple crews to repair a single system faster, or you may spread them out to work on multiple systems at once. We have simulated damage to your phaser banks and scanners. Assign repair crews to both systems to get them back to full working condition.
Sensor array restored. Phaser array restored.
It's possible to increase the power to one or more systems beyond normal safe operating limits by rerouting the ship's power grid. Switch to rerouting mode now. Try diverting extra power to shields by dragging an adjacent power node over to it. You have increased maximum shield strength by drawing some power from other systems. This situation is risky, though. The extra power flowing through those conduits could cause internal damage. When you use the rerouting system, you must keep an eye on the power grid and be ready to make changes as needed. Various systems of the ship affect how easily other vessels can detect the Aegis. The Aegis is designed to avoid detection at ranges where other Federation vessels would be easily visible to another ship's sensors. As Chief Engineer, you can monitor all systems which are affecting the ship's signature and gauge the range at which the Aegis will be detectable to other vessels. This information is vital when trying to avoid contact with hostile ships.
That's everything. Time to die. Captain's log 289429484444. Everything's going to go absolutely terrible on this fucking mission.
Kind of a big like a plot device. I don't know. An entire planet's worth of people is gone. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Alright, this is my first time playing.
Cool. Got a bridge full of rookies.
Ooh. And they gave us a fancy new ship.
Have you done tutorials and stuff, or you?
Yes, I just finished that, so I got a basics at least.
Cool. You gonna play tactical?
I guess. What would you recommend for first time?
Tactical's cool. It's really just about like talking to the other stations and kind of like timing your attacks and stuff. A lot of scanning. But
Yeah.
it's relatively easy. I started on helm, but that's because I kind of like flying airplanes and aviation and. But
Yeah, I was thinking helm or tactical would probably be best to start off as.
I'd go with tactical if that's what you're comfortable with. Chief engineer is okay. Like it helps you understand the ship really well, but it's kind of like a steep learning curve and
Yeah.
not entertaining if you
Because
don't know what's going on.
the tutorial didn't really go on too much about it. I was kind of like, that's something I might want to see more in play first.
Best way to learn engineer is to like watch a good captain or like listen to a good captain talk to engineering and like you'll kind of get like the idea of it and then you can try it yourself and it's pretty easy to learn. Pick one. But like I said, once you get into it, like it's a steep learning curve. It becomes entertaining once you like enjoy it. Like I don't know, figure it all out.
Yeah.
Like, are you moving your hands like this avatar when you talk? Me metaphysics.
What's that?
Are you moving your hands like this avatar is moving when you talk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's using move controls.
Because the hands are just doing all kinds of stuff, and I'm just like.
Sometimes I let them dangle, like, and they just kind of like go. You know. So like yeah, they do kind of like make it look like I'm possessed sometimes, but for the most part.
Yeah, they're just like move on their own. Okay, now you're gripping. Okay, I was just wondering. I was like, are my arms moving like crazy?
Are you playing on the
talk?
PlayStation or PC?
PC?
Ah,
PC here.
I'm on my PlayStation.
Oh, that's awesome. They got cross-platform.
And they've really nailed it too. Like this is a game where there's no advantage or anything like that. Like you can really just kind of. The only difference is this. I can do this and you can't.
Well, I'm sure if I got the move wands, I could maybe do something like that. But I am using a controller.
No, like even PlayStation players with the move wands can only do like this much. They can't actually point for some reason. For some reason, they didn't add that to the PlayStation version. Like that's the only difference.
Maybe
so
not enough buttons.
It's completely arbitrary. Yeah, like it has no effect on performance. I just get to do finger guns.
Yeah, I'd have to try it with the wands. I just had my control, so I was like, I'll try it with the control first.
Yeah.
So how active... Oh, go ahead.
No, so metaphysical. What role does he typically play?
Anything that... I don't know. This is a game, and I think everybody should have fun. So like I've played all the roles I understand them. I can play anyone. So I just kind of wait until everybody else picks what they want to play.
Oh, okay, because I was just picking one. I've only ever done captain because I was did solo, so.
Right, but even when you're captaining AI, you're kind of like
captain.
doing all the stations. I don't know, like.
Okay, I didn't want to be like Captain Hog, like who wants to sit in the chair.
No.
It's like move over, and so now I know what the fuck's going on here.
I can play it. You know, resume's big. I played Klingon Academy and a bunch of the other ones, so
nice.
I can figure this out.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't take long. Once you like start on a station, kind of like I don't know if you can play at least one station and then like get in with a good crew, and then you watch a good crew work, and then it like I don't know, it comes to you pretty quick.
Okay, because that's actually what I was expecting, like Klingon Academy detail with the systems and with the power and allocations and all that kind of stuff.
Mm.
So about how active is this game?
During peak hours, it's pretty active. You can find a lobby pretty easily. Right now, it's 7 a.m. where I am. I don't know. It's just not very.
Yeah, it's morning, so I was kind of like, I'm not sure if I'll find anyone.
there's
'Cause
a
I know a
few
few
people out
games
there.
are kind of iffy.
And then it's hard sometimes, like if there's say 3 games going, how do you like fit in there? Like how do you have to like join in right when they're not playing a game, you know? You can't like
Doesn't really have like a waiting lobby system.
it does like this is it, but like if they're
I mean, like when it's ongoing.
yeah, if we're embarked, you can't nobody can join unless you like join through a friends list invite or something.
See, I know werewolves within it lets you wait while a game's going.
Right.
That's a shame.
I think it was actually their matchmaking used to be better and they've dumbed it down from what I hear. I don't know.
Yeah, I know they added like non-VR support.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not in VR. I'm on computer screen and mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, considering how the tutorial worked, I was kind of like, I could see how this works without VR. It's just more of an immersive thing.
I was like, well, I wasn't going to buy a VR for only one game because I don't play hardly anything but Star Trek games and Star Wars.
Yeah. It's if you get a chance, I would recommend like experiencing it at least in VR once.
I'd be on that too.
But,
I went into it with low
that'd
expectations.
be kind of a hurt. Yeah, right.
I was pretty impressed, to be honest. I just got it. I figured I was just gonna mess with it on YouTube, be like, haha, yeah, next gimmick, throw that in the trash, moving on. But I wouldn't want everything to be in VR, but there's always some interesting experiences you can get in it.
Yeah, they're just figuring out how like to really utilize it, and I don't know. They haven't really nailed it yet, but a few games have.
Yeah. There's a few interesting ones out there. But you probably all better off getting it on PC versus PlayStation 4. You get a lot more variety there. I just got a good deal.
Oh, I stopped at PlayStation 2. I was like, I can't do it. Once games start going in like circles and 3D and all that, I was like, I can't handle this. I can't. I like my games, two-dimensional, go back and forth. But once they start going around, I was like, no, I can't.
Oh, that's like my dad. My dad can hardly play probably the most modern thing my dad can play is like Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Nice.
He can hardly play anything beyond that. It just gets too confusing. Like one time, I got him a really simple first-person game where you play like a fireman and you like break in the buildings that are on fire, saving people and stuff. And he just couldn't wrap his head around how one moves and one's the way you're looking. It just kept confusing him.
My biggest thing was I was playing Mortal Kombat. One of the newer ones when it came out, they could move, and I had Scorpion, and I threw the harpoon, and the person jumped not backwards, but like diagonal, and it missed, and I was like, "What the heck is this?"
Yeah, he circled around you. Sidestepped.
I can't do that. Yeah, so I was like, I can't play this. I give up. I'm old.
You can't do that.
It's against the rules,
Yeah,
the
that
laws
kind of
of
puts
gaming.
that kind of
If I
messes
say
up.
get over
Scorpion.
here.
That's right. You expect get your butt over here. Don't you be jumping.
You see, that's what freezing them with Sub-Zero is useful for. Put them on ice.
Oh yeah, I like Scorpion, Sub-Zero were my top. And Shang Tsung because I could be Scorpion and Sub-Zero. It's weird.
Man, it's been a long time since I played Mortal Kombat stuff. I remember when my half brother lived here. He had Mortal Kombat 3 on the Sega Genesis. My parents didn't like me playing it at all.
Oh man, those days where you didn't know the moves unless you bought the magazine.
Oh yeah, all the complicated buttons. And Mortal Kombat 3 had all those additional ones, amortalities, brutalities, funatalities. But I see, like, Wolves Within, when you're taking the VR off, it looks like you're still having a seizure in this, at least. So if you're not using VR, like, can you, like, turn the direction you're looking pretty easy without the VR headset?
Yeah, I move the mouse to the corners of the screen and it turns.
Huh. Yeah, because I hadn't seen your head moved any, so I was wondering if it just, like, zooms out or...
Mm-hmm. You're just doing this.
I can't look up and down. I keep trying to look at the ship.
You can. I've seen people do it with keyboard mouse, but there's a button or something where you can like free look. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the first things I tried with VR when I got this during Black Friday, I tried Dampa Wampa's VR demo on PlayStation 4, and just the environment to me just was breathtaking. Of course, it was also incredibly scary since Monokuma was behind me, but I don't know if either of you two know that game.
No.
It's a model series where 16 students get trapped in a location, and they either have to live there for the rest of their life, or someone has to successfully mortal someone and get away with it during the trial to escape.
Well,
so it's a mortal mystery kind of thing, because the other students, when somebody gets mortaled, the other students have to figure out who did the mortal, or they'll be executed if they lose the trial. So everyone who had nothing to do with the mortal has to find the person who mortaled, or they die. Because that's how the person who did the mortal gets away, by not being accused. So it was a kind of an interesting little demo. It just mimicked a trial from the first game. But I was like, wow, this is a lot more interesting than I thought.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm on PS4, so I would assume on PC, you can get a lot better graphical.
Yeah, the display's not quite there yet on PC either. Apparently,
I'm just saying, they can at least use some of the
but...
extra horsepower.
Yeah, maybe.
They got the potential there, at least.
Yeah.
Have you guys noticed that this ship doesn't have any, like, aft weapons, or it's only saucer and forward?
Yeah, you have aft torpedo launchers.
Does it?
Yeah, I was going to say during the training, it said it had phasers and torpedoes.
But phasers are only like 180 degrees in front of you, so you can shoot straight left or straight right, but only in front of you.
Had to be in that
I've
cone.
never seen the aft torpedo fire. I've seen the forward launchers fire, and then the torpedo comes around back.
Hello. Hello.
All right, let's launch a mission.
Sure.
How do we do that?
Don't worry, if I send us crashing and burning, you can throw me out of an airlock.
Go to mission 2 or 3. 2 probably, and unless you want to do 1.
Okay, so the sun and the shield?
Yep.
Okay.
Wafted by a distress call, the crew drawn into a race against time to save a research station themselves.
pretty boring mission, but it can get us going if you want to do that. Or we can do an ongoing mission, which is kind of just like a general engage and attack and run away.
Whatever you recommend.
Well, I don't really care, so just put on the mission.
Did you just wake up?
Yeah. How can you tell? Oh. Is it so obvious?
Well, the captain knows his crew.
Like, come on, why do you think I chose engineer? I would just lead, man.
Okay, so I'm
Okay. Hopefully I don't screw this up. Ugh. Okay. Don't get too nervous. Focus.
Captain's log, stardate 2258.201. Our science team has discovered a connection between the anomalies we encountered in the Silva system. Each showed the presence of a highly unstable substance known as protomatter. Our continued exploration suggests the entire trench may be contaminated with concentrations of protomatter, but further research will have to wait. We've received a distress signal from an independent vessel and are now in pursuit of the ship to render aid.
Nice.
Open and chill.
Lester.
This is Anton Serko, acting captain of the Polaris. We're experiencing critical system failures. Please keep
Are you okay, dude?
Can't guarantee your safety.
The Polaris's current
weed on the
trajectory
bridge,
and
I
directly
can't-
through the force field, Captain. Their chances of
Oh,
survival
God.
are effectively zero.
Approach.
If we can get within range, we may be
Polaris.
able to disrupt their
Uh,
engines.
Can you scan the
I'll contact USS Rock.
engines on the
Request
Polaris?
support.
It's out of range at the moment.
Roger.
Bring us within 30 kilometers.
Having a little trouble hearing you, Captain.
Yeah,
Bring
me
us
too.
within 30, under 30, you should be able to scan.
At 37
Sure.
at the moment. You want just the engine scanned?
Yeah, I believe that's all we need to disrupt.
Okay. Scanning.
You can go ahead and use system intrusion.
Almost done. Scanned. Getting strange readings.
And disrupt the engines. System
Disrupted. Disrupted.
Captain, incoming message from the vessel.
Please, you have to help. We're taking supplies to a research station in the Persef system. Something went wrong. Something happened to the star. We got hit by some kind of blast wave or something. And now we can't reach anyone at the station. You have to go back. You have to help them, please.
USS Rock.
Nice.
Oh my
Incoming message from the Rock, Captain.
They're okay.
Christening the vessel.
On screen.
I'm assisting them. They need help.
Aegis, this is USS Raleigh.
Yeah.
We're on hand to assist the Polaris.
The
The Raleigh is better equipped to help with repairs, Captain. I advise we check on that station.
I have a warp horse, Captain.
Warp? Warp?
Course light insert.
Engage.
Waiting warp coil charge.
Warp coils charging.
Ready.
Warp coils
Engage.
charged.
Whee!
Ooh, feels
Like it's funny if you get out of the spaceship, it's like it's just like having drugs, man. It's really cool. Like, it's awesome. So many colors.
Can you scan the space station?
The star is experiencing
It won't let me scan anything on the station. I scanned one of the pods. I found 6 life forms on one of them.
Roger.
Bring us close to the pod. Transporter.
Yeah, there's only one that's in range.
Roger. We're gonna go around this way.
But yeah, that one right there has 6 on it.
5 seconds to transport.
Scanning next one.
Captain, we should deliver the survivors to the Raleigh.
None on
Their
that
med bay
one.
is significantly larger.
I'll contact them and ask them to put their medical staff on alert.
None on that
I'm
one.
detecting tachyon levels
One's that
consistent
way.
with recent use of a cloaking device.
That
We
one
should
just
be on
came
our
in
guard.
range.
Pod Delta. Should be able to scan.
Captain, I have noticed a pattern of unusual sensor echoes.
We're about to have
They are
company.
indicative of the recent use of a cloaking device.
Wonderful.
Captain, I'm getting a signal of unknown origin here.
Tactical, when they warp in here, you should disrupt shields.
Now or be
Is that one
destroyed. You have 30 seconds to comply.
I count 3 escape pods.
Oh no.
6 on that one.
Transport when you can.
We're showing on their sensors.
Fire phasers.
That's a Klingon D5 cruiser.
You want me to leave the shields down or up? Okay, bringing shields up.
Energizing, energizing. Oh, damn it.
Sorry.
It's like halfway done.
Sensors are showing waveforms consistent with recent cloaking activity.
I don't need any powered engines.
How's your engines?
I don't need any
Oh,
powered
I'm
engines.
sorry. Here, okay. Sorry.
You're fine.
Should we start attacking?
Attack.
Okay. Let's see.
Environmental radiation levels are spiking. The star's core is going to erupt soon.
Prepare shield or boost power to shield.
Full power to shield.
Go ahead and just engage all phasers. His shields are almost down. He's really squishy. Just fire the regular phasers.
Torpedo launchers restored.
Pew, 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 pew.
Phaser array restored.
The shields are down.
Sensor array restored.
So was ours.
Come on, give me enough power for one more shot.
Incoming fire.
Let's bring them into our target and on.
Nice.
There we go.
Nice.
Sensor array restored.
Sorry, locking again.
So, there's another one. Target hit and bring shields back up. Alright,
Phaser array restored.
Energizing.
Proton torpedo launchers restored.
The shields are down. Aiming at the hull.
One torpedo will do it.
They're charging at the moment. No, I'm
Full
got
power
that.
engines.
Sensor array restored.
There you go.
Warp core restored.
Lower the shields, reduce our signature again.
Phaser array restored.
Turned on the shields.
Torpedo control
Yeah,
system
target is gone.
restored.
Let me lower the shields now.
No, bring us the escape pod Theta.
Warning. Cloaked vessel detected.
Ah, crap.
Another vessel?
More company.
Leaving the
It didn't
shields up
play
for
out
them.
like this in simulations.
Yeah.
Captain, we've been detected. Targets closing on an attack.
Scanning.
Fire phasers as soon as you can. Stops the shields from coming all the way online, so yeah.
Turn fire for the power shield.
Shields up 40, 31, 22, 13, 4. Shields are down, shooting torpedo. Throw at hull.
That's second torpedo. We'll kill him. Fold the engines.
Oh, harsh engines.
Environmental radiation is spiking to
Target
dangerously high levels, Captain.
Let's finish
Exceeding
that
ship
scan
tolerance.
on that escape pod.
Is it enough?
I only have 1,000.
Oh, sorry. What
A
about
little
now?
close on that one.
Could you give me
No,
a
it's
full?
okay. 4? Done.
Warning. Cloaked vessel detected.
Ah, good lord.
And when they come in, then you can take it away. But I'll let you know.
Sure.
Pods
6
remain.
life forms.
Transport.
Don't the shields have to be down?
Yeah, but we'll just engage these people first, because might as well not lose the whole damage.
Okay.
Or take the whole damage.
They know we're here.
Target.
There we go. Fire phasers, fire phasers. See how it stops the shields from coming all the way online? Perfect.
There. 35.
That second torpedo was completely
Captain, it looks like
unnecessary.
matter from the star is causing temperature
Target
spikes in
destroyed.
certain
But
areas severe enough
but
to damage
totally
the
going
ship.
for it. You can lower shields so I can transport.
Lowering shields.
Full,
Warning.
full power to engines.
Environmental hazard
Done.
detected.
This anomaly is tearing us
Particle
up.
analyzers are reacting, Captain. There may be
Locking.
a vessel operating in the area.
Oh,
What's our hull percentage?
10 seconds.
Captain, we've been detected.
Uh-oh.
Enemy ship energizing.
Let me know when
They're aboard.
Okay. Shields coming on.
They're taking us away from this anomaly.
Shields are down. Shooting torpedoes.
Or maybe it's the ambient effect from the, Is there some kind of star exploding?
Damn it, they have
Engine
3% left.
restored.
Target destroyed.
Bring us to those other
Sensor
two
array
folks.
restored. Shield emitters restored.
Go ahead and start
scanning.
7,600 would probably be valuable.
Cloaking activity.
Shields are coming down really quick.
There is
Play
still one
forms.
pod out there.
Oh.
Fire, fire, fire.
Shields down, shooting torpedoes.
Those two will do it. He'll be dead.
Phaser array restored.
Oh, one more.
Okay,
Oh, never-
rolling shields.
Stellar core eruption is imminent. We need to warp out of here, Captain.
Can you reroute powered engines too? Because we're taking serious hull damage. Locking. 50 seconds. It's doing it.
Rerouting power to engines.
Restored.
Repair warp core.
Repair to warp.
Sensor
Repair the warp core, he said.
Repair
Oh,
warp
sorry.
core.
It's already 100%.
Good. On to the next objective after
I have
that.
noticed a pattern of unusual sensor
Energizing.
activity. They are indicative of the recent use of a cloaking device.
Scanning the last pod.
Scan.
No life forms.
Got the
Shields
engines.
going up.
Oh, fire on, fire on.
Shooting torpedoes at hull.
I have a warp destination.
Warp destination.
Target destroyed.
Warp us to tire system.
Warp coil.
Charging.
Charge. Engage when ready.
Particle analyzers are reacting, Captain.
Ready.
There may be a cloaked vessel operating in the eye.
Engage.
Sensor array restored.
Yeah.
Restored.
Winners.
Yeah.
Every one of you.
Nice. Are we?
I suppose we are.
Wow. Let's see which one to be.
I think I almost gonna graduate.
Huh.
Are we taking same positions?
Sure.
If you want to. You going to captain again?
Sure. Which one are we doing? The third?
Yeah, sure.
I haven't done that one
Why?
yet.
Why not?
Clear and pleasant from the Twitch.
Swimming with sharks. Wait.
Bad time to say wait. Oh, I need that. That's loading.
Captain's log stardate 2258.206. It's become clear that the dangers of the trench make it unsuitable for a population as fragile as the Vulcans. The Federation will have to find a new home for the Vulcan people elsewhere. After our encounter with Klingon warships, our mission has changed. We need to know what the Klingon Empire is up to. We've detected significant Klingon activity deep within the trench. We're going in alone to see what we can learn.
Once we arrive in the Arna system, we will have to be cautious. Based on my data, I believe the Klingons have established a sensor network.
I should
Charging warp.
Warp coils
Ready.
charged.
Woohoo!
This is a really boring tactical mission because we just have to evade detection.
Ah.
Starships, Lieutenant. Or the remains
But you get
of
to scan stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
unknown.
Just keep 4,000 engines. Don't give me any more than that. It'll let them detect us.
I wonder who built them.
Sure. 4,000
I'd be
engine.
more concerned about who destroyed them.
Target, search area, point. The cloak would be nice.
Yep. I mean, I don't know. The ship is kind of halfway stealth. It's I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
We have that detection circle.
Captain, I have noticed a
Yeah.
pattern
They're
of
stupid.
unusual
They're
sensor
stupid. Like if they
activity.
if they come into the
Recent
detection
research
circle then leave, they just
progress.
forget where we were.
Huh.
Fascinating.
Where'd they go? They disappeared.
What's
Oh
What's
god.
this anomaly say?
It's magic.
Beside of the detection range of that.
You
We're
got
gonna crash. Oh god.
Heard of Pearl
Oh, so close.
Can you scan him for engines and disable his engines as soon as you can with system intrusion?
If we can access a node without triggering it, we may be
Scanning.
able to inject an override. It could give us more time to work in the system undetected.
Oh, this is
Still scanning. Almost done.
Hostile ship is fleeing.
Oh, he's leaving?
Oh.
Yeah, it said bird
Interesting.
of prey came up.
Is the anomaly harmless?
Scanning. It says harmless. Both of them say harmless.
Warning. Environmental hazard detected.
Could you turn the little navigation thing on for us, Captain?
Navigation thing.
It's on the far left button on your left panel.
View screen?
Yeah, the little slider that says navigation.
Oh.
Thank you.
You want to do it the easy way.
We should be entering scanning range now.
Scanning.
Minimal scans.
We got 2 minutes till next patrol.
Scanned.
Disrupt Klingon sensor.
System intrusion. Disrupt their communications.
Okay. It won't let me select it.
What do you mean?
It won't let me go to communications to select it.
No, it says you should be able to do it on system intrusion.
Ah, there. It wasn't showing it for a second. There we go. Because I had that up and it didn't show anything.
Conversion efficiency is down.
Maybe it had to
This will keep us
refresh.
from showing up on the sensor network for
Okay.
now.
Disrupted for
We're
23
picking up
seconds.
additional network nodes around the system, Captain. Each one we disrupt might buy us a little more time to operate.
I will update the chart of our operational area.
Calculating travel vector.
Impulse, Orna, or Graveyard? Which one shall we use? Graveyard.
Disrupt.
Graveyard.
Ready?
Impulse.
Yep,
charge.
it's disrupted.
Sensors are picking up a strong signal coming from that wreckage. I do not recognize the signature.
As soon as you can, scan them for engines and engines only, and get ready to slow them down for me. Slow engines down to 4,000 only.
Let's see.
The anomaly will cause minor disruptions to normal system function.
Get a little closer.
Within scanner range.
You said scan engines only?
Actually, just scan the ancient ship as soon as you can.
Everything or just its engines?
Engines, I believe.
Just engines. Gotcha. Scanning now. Well, if it's just that slow with just the engines, I would have hated to scan everything.
Feedback effects in the impulse engines. Could you check on that?
Alright, I'll take care of it.
Engine scanned.
Can you disrupt them with system intrusion?
Let's see. Technical scan required. But I did scan them.
Scan it totally, maybe.
Okay.
We're close enough to do a complete scan.
Full scan then.
I am updating your
Full
panel,
scan
Captain.
done.
From these readings, it looks as though there is still an active device aboard that vessel. We will have to analyze the data further, once we are in safer territory.
So this tactical scan still required.
No, you're fine. You don't have to do anything. That's it. That's all we have for this.
Okay.
Plotting course.
I have another impulse course.
Orna.
Ready?
Engage.
I'm detecting a civilian vessel in the area, Captain.
I cannot
Scan
tell
him
what
for
it is
shields.
calling, but its signature is fluctuating wildly.
I'm sure the
Or
Klingons
scan them
are
for life
monitoring the
signs, yeah.
transport sensors. If we get too close, they'll know exactly where we are.
Yeah, bring us
Fire-
to the scanner range.
File.
Torpedoes.
Arming torpedoes.
Wait, never mind. Bring them down. Bring them down. Bring them down. Bring them down. We can't get detected, right? They're not allowed to detect us.
Not unless, as long as they're not in range.
Uh,
It's out of range.
well, they're too close now. They'll detect us if we turn them online. We'll just sneak in there and transport the survivors out.
Okay. Almost in range of scanning. Scanning for life.
Scan.
Almost ruined the mission for us.
Can you confirm the covariant oscillator calibration's complete?
Taking a look now.
They're still out of range. I think the
75% scan. 90. 100. 6 life forms
I
found.
count 9 crew members aboard the transport. Only 3 of them are Klingon.
They have hostages?
it's within range of the ship.
Hi, sir, Chief Engineer. You have transporter?
What?
You got transporter?
Yeah, sure.
Be no survivors.
Looking in.
We're showing on their sensors. We're too close. Klingon vessels are
Shit.
responding.
Wait. Why are they reacting to us?
They said they were spotted.
How are we? They haven't spotted us though.
It's on my time. Avoid being detected and avoid detection.
They haven't detected us.
Transportation completed.
All life is off the ship.
Did we scan that transport?
Calculating travel vector.
Yeah.
What else do we have to do? We have to destroy it or something?
It doesn't. It just says scan transport ship.
Okay, maybe I have to do a full scan then.
Do a full analysis of it.
Doing a full scan.
Hostiles are calling for reinforcements.
Get it off of here. I don't know.
Full scan is almost done.
Hostile reinforcements en route.
Full scan done.
Are reacting, Captain. There may be a cloaked vessel operating in the area. The device they have on board is dangerously
Get us the
unstable.
rift in. The impulse there. Without engaging.
That device is too dangerous to leave in the Klingons' hands.
It still says there's an objective on. Oh Jesus.
Captain, hostile reinforcements en route.
Do we have to destroy them?
No.
Okay.
Plotting course.
I wonder why it says it's an objective. That's just weird.
Do not second guess the captain. Rule number 1.
I had something happen like that in training. Well, I did the task and the thing stayed up. Maybe it's a weird bug. Maybe. Anomaly is hazardous.
The effects of the anomaly will be mild. It puts us at risk of damage to the ship.
Bring this. Approach the Klingon sensor.
Oh.
Is it just a volatile object? Just blow it up as soon as you can. Before it gets too close.
Blow it up?
Yeah. If they get any closer than that, they can hurt the ship.
Terminated.
Warning. Exceeding ship tolerance.
Go ahead and scan the Klingon sensor.
Scanning. Scan complete. Block communications.
Yep.
Block communications. Communications blocked.
Calculating travel vector.
There's another Klingon sensor here.
Oh shit! All the way across the system.
Are we going to the wrong destination, Captain?
It's a destination. You said there was still a scannable thing in that. Oh, god, that was.
A probe should be able to keep an eye on what's going on here.
There was just nothing on my screen. I figured that was totally.
Plotting course.
Oh,
Calculating travel vector.
We're back at the wreckage. I guess we're gonna have to take out those Klingons.
Search area.
Search for a concealed location to hide a probe. Move to the search area. Take us in as close as you can without being detected. I have to go to the restroom. What do you do with this on the bridge?
Bad time. Bad time for the restroom, gentlemen.
Like, it's in my bucket now.
Get your issued Star Trek bucket out.
Like, how could I be like you guys hearing like going on in the flush? A little bit more.
I'm gonna let him move past us.
Oh my god. This is horrible. This is what you get for drinking on the bridge.
What the fuck?
Drinking Sulu. He told me I could drink. He didn't tell me I would have.
Not let me scan it.
We're still out of range. We got 5 kilometers. 4, 3, 2.
The debris field will make it difficult for the Klingons to detect.
Oh fuck.
We are receiving
Oh
data from
fuck,
the
he turned
probe.
around.
Alright, bring us out of range.
Plotting course.
Incoming fire.
Oh fuck.
Raise the shield.
Raising shields.
Target. And fire.
Engage?
Yep.
Okay.
You want me to get us out of here?
You want some? Let's get it.
Sensor array restored. Torpedo launchers restored. Shield emitters restored.
I gotta pee and he's making my day bad. That's the wrong one.
You chose the wrong day, Cleon.
Restored.
Oh shit.
God damn
He's
it,
calling
shields at
reinforcements.
1%. Just one more
He's
bullet,
got a
damn it.
minute.
Phaser array restored.
Got a minute.
Fire torpedoes at 40.
They're calling for help.
Take us to the graveyard. Full impulse.
Calculating travel vector.
Target destroyed.
Yes.
Enemy reinforcements are inbound.
Hope that didn't screw the mission up.
Just tripped the sensor network. Klingon vessel
And now you can go to the bathroom.
I'll be right back.
Scanning.
Don't worry.
Captain, the Klingons are calling for reinforcements.
Sensors are showing waveforms consistent
There's
with
one
recent
Klingon
cloaking
sensor
activity.
that needs to be disrupted.
Scanned.
They know we're here.
Enemy coming.
We've got incoming
The
orders.
shields are coming online.
Destroy that ship. Destroy that transport.
Destroy that bitch.
Shields down. Fire torpedoes. Target destroyed.
I'll splatter the remains on the view screen. Give me 3 engines.
Sensor.
3 engine.
Locate Boneyard. Destroy the ship and the unstable protomatter core. I don't see. Scan that thing.
Calculating travel vector.
Don't take off just yet.
Warning. Environmental hazard detected.
Are we in the right place?
Oh, it says in Boneyard. Are we in the Boneyard?
I don't know. I'm just the
We're
engineer.
in Cosmic Storm. Let's try this place.
Don't
I
got
don't know
anything on
shit.
my sensors.
I've got something.
We don't know shit, man.
I've got the red. I'll be right back.
Where the fuck are we? I don't know.
Where's Felix when you need him?
Okay. Boneyard. So where's Papyrus and Sense?
Is there
No?
a... We've got to scan stuff and transport a protomatter weapon off something here.
Wonderful.
Those guys are warping out.
No.
It's all way fully scanned and there's no life on it. So we only got those.
No cargo or anything?
I'm back. Good thing my ready.
I don't got that information. It just tells me no life.
And then what does it say, Captain, for this place again?
Transport ship. There's a transport ship. Destroy the
Yeah.
transport ship.
Oh,
I got
destroy it?
Destroy it.
Okay then.
Destroy it.
And shields regenerated.
Oh wait.
A torpedo should do it.
Okay. Shooting a torpedo.
And now we play the waiting game.
Yeah, it only has 25%, so yeah, it should blow up. Did it miss?
Captain, we've been detected.
No, they just take a while.
We're not that
Engaging battle.
There you go.
Environmental hazard detected.
Done.
I can confirm that the protomatter core was destroyed in the blast. I believe we have enough data, Captain.
Warp to Devon.
We can return to base whenever you are ready.
Preparing to work.
I believe our vessel will absorb the anomaly's effects with little trouble, Captain. It could cause direct damage.
Charge ready.
Warp coils charged.
Woo! Done.
How'd we do?
Well, we
Finished.
destroyed 2 enemy ships, so I don't know. I said stealth, you bastards!
Up.
Blew shit up.
Oh, looks like it's still counted as a success.
Yeah.
Oh, without being detected and failed though.
I mean, if they get
I
blown
gotta
up,
head
it
out,
doesn't
guys.
even count.
What?
See you later.
Oh, bye, man.
Take it easy.
Take care.
Bye.
All right, later. Yeah, that was cool. He's got a lot more experience in this. I'm just like, I don't.